Alright, so now that we have a decent understanding of coastal processes, we'll now move on to coastal landforms, coastal geomorphology. And we'll start with erosional landforms, and then in the next slide we'll cover depositional ones. So water is a strong agent of erosion, and water is enhanced as an agent of erosion by picking up sands and gravels along a beach and then slamming them against cliffs. And these processes of both hydraulic action as well as abrasion create many different types of landforms. And often they sort of form in this succession when you get the erosion of a headland. So first you get, a crack. A crack grows into a cave. A cave will grow into an arch. And then eventually the top of the arch will collapse, forming a sea stack, and then eventually the stack will collapse, forming a stump. And then step 8, not on this diagram, is eventually the stump gets eroded and there's nothing else there. And usually below all this, it will be sort of a shallow wave cut platform because the waves only erode to a certain depth, so it can be, a fairly shallow and flat layer of rock under all this. So that's erosional processes. We also get lots of deposition along coastlines, depending on the sediment supply. And generally the sediment you're going to find along coastlines is sand. Things like silt and clay are going to be carried further offshore and will be deposited sort of more out to sea or out in the lake. All these coastal landforms apply on large lakes as well, such as the Great Lakes. And these sediments can come from a variety of sources. Firstly, from streams that carry them in. They can come from the erosion of coastal cliffs. And then finally, minor sources if they get carried up from offshore sources by, say, storms. Once the sand is on the shore, it can often move laterally along the shore through the process of longshore drift, where you get a wave coming in sort of diagonally, but washing back sort of horizontally to the shoreline. And as this repeats, sort of zigzag along the shore, if you follow my pointer, you get the net result is that the sand gets carried laterally. And you can see on this diagram down here the result of that. You get a lot of sandbars along bays. You get barrier islands, such as the ones you see on the east coast of the United States. Obviously the formation of beaches, sand spits, as well as tombolos, which may connect an island to the mainland. So St. Pierre Miquelon would be a good example of a tombolo.